one's going to get canceled. No one's families are going to get threatened. You know, have fun.
Sure, we'll see. Well, why don't you go first? That's fine.
An obese monkey in Thailand named Godzilla has been sent to a special facility to lose weight. Officials realized the monkey was overweight when a bunch of black guys kept hitting on it.
That's pretty racist, Colin. Las Vegas is opening a pop-up vaccine site in a strip club. And don't worry, the strippers say the vaccine is a lot like Michael Che. Very quick, and you can barely feel it go in.
Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. And a black Superman actually makes a lot of sense when you remember that Superman was abandoned by his parents as a baby. Well, I knew you'd like that one, so here's another one. Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. In this version, black Superman's kryptonite is an honest day's work.
Really doubling down on black Superman. San Diego police are being investigated after video surfaced of them using excessive force on a homeless black man accused of urinating in public. But I say great work keeping our streets clean, boys. Yes, sir. Anything the police do is all right with old Mikey Che. I know I'm probably the only black man brave enough to say this on live TV, but blue lives matter even more.
It's really nice.
Oh, okay.
This week, construction began on a new hip-hop museum in the Bronx. And I know that we've had a lot of fun with me reading racist jokes that Michael writes for me, but because our country is already divided enough, I'd like to use my platform to say something that everyone of all races can agree on. Woody Allen is innocent. He did nothing wrong. And before I go, I just thought of another punchline for that black Superman. Black Superman will be referred to as the Man of Steel, spelled S-T-E-A-L.
That's racist.
A church in Massachusetts has created a nativity scene that comments on the immigration debate by placing the baby Jesus in a cage, where he belongs.
A new study shows that the average American touches their mobile device more than 2,000 times a day. Only 2,000 times, said my penis.
Oh, God. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari, for the first time, denied months-old rumors that he had died and been replaced by a look-alike from Sudan. See, even Africans can't tell black people apart.
Shows that Hurricane Florence was the wettest in history. The previous record for wetness was set on the opening night of Magic Mike.
This is on cards. I want to switch it up a little. Che didn't write this one. This is all me.
To hear this.
Last week was National Rosa Parks Day, or as we call it in my house, Uppity Bus Passenger Day. Many doctors are saying that they have a hard time convincing their black patients to agree to take the COVID vaccine. Well, maybe they should try telling them it makes you immune from paying child support.
Whoa. That's pretty racist, Colin. It was revealed that the sequel to the movie Hocus Pocus is in the works for Disney Plus, which judging by this picture is a movie about every white woman I've ever slept with.
I mean, that was very racist. So, in order to force a black person to take COVID vaccine, you need to tell him that the vaccine will make him immune for paying child support. Is child support a hard thing for black people? And also stereotyping the fact that black guys hitting on a monkey because he was fat. Does that mean most black guys like curvy ladies or fat ladies? No. Everyone has their own preference. But guys, Colin Jost is really hitting hard on Michael Che on this one. He's winning on the part. Say Superman is being played by a black person. Why? Because Superman was abandoned by his parents when he was a baby. Even white people get abandoned by their parents, not just black people. But let's continue. It's pretty funny.
Cool. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
This week marks the 65th anniversary of Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat on an Alabama bus. And I just wish that all black people could follow her example of sitting down and shutting up.
The Palm Beach mansion, once owned by Jeffrey Epstein, will soon be demolished. And I'm honestly shocked that they would demolish a place where I have so many fond memories. Rest in power, King. I'll take it from me.
It was announced that Creed singer Scott Stapp will play Frank Sinatra in an upcoming movie. But the good news is Sammy Davis Jr. will be played by Scarlett Johansson. Recent polls show that Pete Buttigieg has only 4% support among African Americans, but that'll change once Pete announces his running mate, the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Wow. A new interview with England's Prince Andrew is being called a total disaster after he said his friend Jeffrey Epstein conducted himself in a manner unbecoming. I don't know. From what I've read, it sounded like he be coming all the time. That's terrible, man.
The bat used by Babe Ruth to hit his 500th home run was auctioned off this week. Also, I'll be auctioning off the bat I used to keep my neighborhood white.
A new method to treat cancer by injecting the cells with the herpes virus. So good news, if you've ever had sex with me, you might have the cure for cancer.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm already so worried. Okay, it says, okay, timeout. I refuse to read this last joke, not because it's racist, but because there's a black man holding my cue card. It says I can't work like this, so Merry Christmas, homeboy, you're fired.
Fired the man on Christmas, Colin.
A student in Texas who is nicknamed White Lightning set a high school record by running the 100-meter dash in 9.98 seconds. Coincidentally, people call me White Lightning because I also finish in under 10 seconds.
Doctors in Iowa have confirmed a dog disease that can be passed on to humans. Fine, I'll wear a condom. Okay.
A new report finds that as people move into formerly wild areas of Africa, human activity is disrupting chimpanzee culture. Incidentally, chimpanzee culture is also what my grandpa calls hip-hop. Why?
I wouldn't have said that. Pope Francis ended a Vatican summit by promising the Catholic Church would confront the clergy sex abuse head on instead of their usual way, face down, ass up. This will be good.
Yeah, sure. A substitute teacher in North Carolina has resigned after she reportedly told a class of elementary students that Martin Luther King Jr. killed himself. In her defense, he is the one who decided to keep running his mouth. Why? You're going to get me murdered. After the January 6th committee subpoenaed Donald Trump, Trump responded the next day with a 14-page letter. 14 pages. Okay, Unabomber.
I would say that Colin Jost did beat Maggie Che on this one. I won't tell you lie. He roasted black people so much on this one. No lies to that part. He roasted black people so much. But at the end of the day, it's just a joke, just to make us laugh and put a smile on our faces.
I don't know if this is a coincidence, but Trump wrote the letter on the same day the FDA confirmed the nation is experiencing a shortage of Adderall. And I just know from experience in college, anytime I wrote a 14-page paper in one night, I'd also taken a disturbing amount of Adderall. My favorite part of Trump's letter is the beginning because it's on really nice letterhead. It starts, "Dear Chairman Thompson," and then the first line is just screaming. It's like reading a Victorian love letter that says, "My beloved Winifred, who the hell are you having sex with?"
The committee showed a never-before-seen video from January 6th of a desperate Nancy Pelosi speaking on the phone with Mike Pence, which to Pence counts as adultery. In the video, Pelosi said that she wanted to punch out Donald Trump and knew that if she did, she'd go to jail and be happy. I assume because she owns stock in private prisons.
During last night's Georgia Senate debate, Raphael Warnock accused Herschel Walker of lying about working in law enforcement. Then Walker pulled out a prop badge and said, quote, "I am work with many police officers," which is yet another sign that Herschel Walker has brain problems. Senator Mitch McConnell, seen here watching someone get injured at the Special Olympics, said that he is not concerned with threats Donald Trump makes at his rallies to remove him as Senate Minority Leader. In fact, McConnell says the threats make him laugh harder than his favorite comedy show, Dahmer.
Kanye West's anti-Semitic tweets were condemned by the Black Jewish Entertainment Alliance. Just say Lenny Kravitz.
After Kanye West's unhinged social media post, Elon Musk tweeted, "Talked to Ye and expressed my concerns about his recent tweet, which I think he took to heart." Well, that settles it. If there's one thing we all trust Elon with, it's successfully reading another human being's emotional cues.
Manhattan congressional candidate Mike Ickes
Musk is definitely for sure great, and he is doing a phenomenal job with Twitter 2.0. I'll tell you guys should check on Twitter. He's doing a phenomenal job.
started his own sex tape in an effort to publicize his campaign. And you know what? I'm going to vote for him because I watched that video and we share a lot of the same positions. Thursday was National No Bra Day, which I celebrated by not supporting women. It's a bra.
Parents in Oregon are having large groups of their children ride their bikes to school at the same time in a formation they're calling a bike bus. And pedophiles are calling a buffet.
A growing number of NFL players are filling up their off time by playing chess with each other. And also, let's see here, domestic violence. That's how they're spending their time, Colin.
Well, the midterms are only a month away, and is it just me or some candidates trying to lose? Let's start in Pennsylvania with Dr. Oz, seen here telling the audience how many minutes he's lived in Pennsylvania. A review of scientific studies published by Dr. Oz revealed that his experiments killed over 300 dogs, but eventually he got the recipe right. Dr. Oz has refused to comment on the report that his research killed over 300 dogs, though it's possible he couldn't hear the question over the wood chipper. But don't worry, Dr. Oz won everybody back last night when he gave a speech in front of Hitler's car. Worse, he then got into the car and backed over a dog.
Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker denied reports that he paid for a girlfriend's abortion, saying, "I send money to a lot of people," before adding, for abortions. After the news broke that Walker paid for his ex-girlfriend's abortion, he raised more than $500,000 because dollars are the only thing Walker is willing to raise.
This week, President Biden pardoned thousands of convicted marijuana users, and it feels like maybe he celebrated with them a little because yesterday, Biden gave a speech at a car factory and opened with this.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
He damn time for sure started with 2 words, man. And those 2 words turned to be 3.
Wow, well, let me respond with 2 words. Jesus H. Christ. Biden was then heard criticizing reporters at the White House for shouting questions at him. Questions like, what year is it? And who's the current president? Also, they weren't reporters, they were doctors.
During the trial of Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes, whose beard is patchier than his eye, prosecutors played a recording of him saying that his only regret about the January 6th attacks was not bringing rifles, which sounds like an obvious confession of guilt, but try looking at things from Rhodes' perspective, with little to no depth perception. Kanye West appeared on Tucker Carlson's show to defend wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, claiming he wore the shirt because he was using a gun incident. But what he's definitely not using are the meds prescribed to him.
Planned Parenthood says it will soon open its first mobile abortion clinic in the country, which will make it easier to provide care to patients anywhere in the country that Herschel Walker has visited.
Some doctors are worried about a new recommendation asking them to encourage middle-aged women to lose weight. Also worried about women losing too much weight? Black guys. Wednesday was National Coffee with a Cop Day. And something tells me cops like their coffee black with a couple of shots in it.
This Tuesday was National Vodka Day. Oh, so that's why my dad called.
Hefty has introduced pumpkin
Is your dad a vodka guy? Colin Jones?
spice scented trash bags. And I gotta say, pumpkin spice scented trash bags is probably the best slur for white people I've ever heard.
In a speech after annexing sections of Ukraine, Vladimir Putin attacked the U.S. for Satanism and denounced the many genders in fashion in the West. It was a hateful, unhinged speech which has many Americans calling him electable.
The Kremlin celebrated the illegal annexation of Ukraine with a night of entertainment in Red Square. Say what you will, but a gig's a gig.
The U.S. Embassy in Moscow is urging all American citizens in Russia to leave immediately. Oh, cool. I'll try to do that, said Brittany Griner.
Guys, that was really awesome. I never knew Colin Jost dad was a vodka guy though. I had no idea. But overall, it was really phenomenal and really awesome. At the end of the day, if you're black, you're white, it's all for us to work together and support one another and see each other go. So kudos to Colin Jones and Michael Che for making this really exciting and fun. Thank you guys. That was my commentaries on the video.